Hey, Broheim, it's weekend type fun coming at you. Oh, you want to start with some of this? Okay. Hey, look, it's some sort of regression. Infinite, of course. Yes, move that over there. Okay, weekend fun. Ha ha. I don't know what the fuck that guy was. I don't know where that was going. Couldn't keep up that energy. Not for 5 minutes, certainly not for an entire show. God damn, that guy was like Yosemite Sam on crack. Anyway, fuck that guy. I don't know whose voice that was, who was doing that, who's responsible, who signed off on that. Hey, I got a room full of motherfucking white people. One of these fuckers probably responsible. Braxton, did you make me do that voice? Okay, so before a slide, it's not your fault? Okay, all right. Still semi-coherent, even though he's, blazing the wacky tobacco on Hitler's birthday or whatever the kids are saying. Anyway, hey, Ian. Hey, oh, God, he just popped a big one on his nose. Okay, I'm going to guess that it wasn't him, although this week we finally got ourselves out of those little mini trash cans that women use, and we got ourselves. We're now being advertised on the insides of mailboxes. Yeah, insides, like on the inside side portion, not the bottom where you might actually see it. You have to be like peering into your mailbox at an angle. And this fucker over here is like, it's got some sort of an amalgamation of pus and blood, and it's like mayonnaise and ketchup. And this fucker, I don't want to see what he does with it, but he isn't wiping it off like a fucking human being who fucking would take care of this in the bathroom before you're in front of people, Ian. Good God. Anyway, Chaz, he's your flesh and blood. And speaking of blood, there's got fucking pussy tartar sauce all over the fucking place over here. Anyway, what are you going to do about it, Chaz? Oh, your your new girlfriend, your lady friend, your significant other, her parents aren't home, so you're going over, huh? Her parents are not home. Okay, think about the last time that you were seeing a woman when you were excited that her parents weren't home. How old were you? How old were you, Chaz? Don't fucking dodge the question. Look, Chaz is gross. He has left the building. Chaz has left the building. If the popo, if the fuzz, if the 5-0, if the man wants to crack down on some pedophilia adjacent activity, wherein she is legal, she's just making a hell of a choice, hell of a life choice. I mean, Chaz here is, oh boy, yeah, not I would not let him date my daughter, is all I'm saying, because you know what he does. Anyway, regardless, ladies and gentlemen, now you got me thinking unseemly things about what it is that Chaz does to people's daughters, and that just gross. Hey now. Look, it's my friend Clarissa. Clarissa, you want to wave to the good people? No, there's a camera. We got a camera now. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's not on? We have a camera, but we don't use it. Oh, okay. Well, why don't you, fuck the wax out of my ears next time, Kaysen, because, like, I didn't realize that even though we have a camera now, we don't fucking turn it on for the show. Okay, that makes fucking sense. That makes all kinds of fucking sense. God damn it. These fucking amateurs, fucking amateur hour in here. God damn it. Anyway, Kaysen, fuck you. And Aiden, you can fuck right off. God damn it. You know, if Chaz paid any fucking attention around here, show might have a chance. You know what I'm saying? But he's off fucking Jeffrey Epsteining the planet because Epstein isn't here to spread his DNA to girls who are too young to receive it. This fucking guy. I know she's of age. It's just weird, okay? God damn it. I mean, it's, you know, I don't want to think about it. Okay, you know what? Let's get one white guy in here who might get this fucking show off the ground. We're 5 minutes in. 6 minutes? 6 minutes in. Thank you for correcting me. That'll make it shorter. Yeah, that'll make us waste less time at the top of the hour. Oh, my God. You know, someone told me recently, they're like, hey, you waste too much time at the top of the show. And I was like, well, fuck you too, first of all. Second of all, I think that people enjoy a little, you know, repartee, little chit-chat at the top. You know, find out how people are doing. Find out what we're getting into here tonight. You know, don't just jump at them with a show and smack them right in the face with it. You gotta, you know, you gotta wine them, dine them, little chit-chat. You know, get them in here. Let them see what they're getting into. Anyway, I will fucking break the kneecaps of any fucker comes up to me and says some shit about how much time I waste at the beginning of the show. God damn it. I'm a little unhinged, ladies and gentlemen. If I were a gate, I would be flat on the ground because I would not be on my hinges. Be flat on the ground, maybe leaning against a portion of the fence. Certainly not on my hinges because I would be unhinged. Okay? Anyway, now that we have that settled and we're settling into a nice NPR voice. Hey, thank you. You got the tote bag. You're a good fucking guy. You're the kind of guy people don't mind fucking so much. You know what I'm saying? You know how most guys, they're like, oh, I can't believe I'm fucking this guy. Yeah, you're not that kind of guy. You're the kind of guy where when you roll off of them, they're like, you know what? That wasn't that bad. You know what? Maybe come back for seconds sometime, huh? Yeah, you're a good fucking guy. That's right. That's what it means to be a good fucking guy. Did you know that? The fucking is not an adjective describing the guy. It's an activity in which the guy performs his best work, the work for which he is best known and appreciated. That good fucking. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to go out tonight and give each other that good fucking. Good fucking. An American institution since, I don't know, fucking 1776 probably. Before that, it's like Articles of Confederation and shit. You know? Articles of Confederation. What were they thinking? Like that would hold the fucking states together. God damn it. What are you, Greek? Anyway, hey now. Hey people. Also, in case there are any Greeks listening, that hey, what are you, Greek? I was referring to the ancient Greek government style of having separate city-states that were unified under a single country identity. So, you know, that's what I was talking about. I was not talking about like, oh boy, a lot of Greeks back in ancient of days, not ancient, I was about to say ancient America, and then I'm like, what am I talking about? Fucking, what's his name? the oh god damn it, there were the early peoples of America that had the arrowheads, and they predated the Clovis people, the Clovis Point. That's what I was thinking of, Clovis man. Yeah. Anyway, what am I, fucking Clovis man? Anyway, I don't fucking know what that is. Anyway, regardless, I'm like 3 tangents away from whatever the fuck I was doing. I like when I listened back to this later, because every time I do, and I am legitimately one of the only people who will watch this even once, let alone more than once. So, hooray. Good job, champ. Anyway, we are killing it at this show. God damn it. But yeah, you know that I have a tendency to get off on tangents, and then my tangents go on tangents, and then those tangents turn into tangents that were like so unrelated to the original thread of anything that you're like, God damn it, what was tonight's show even about? You know what I'm saying? And that's where we are, people. We are there. We are there. I feel like I should go back to the like morning time radio announcer guy that I was doing at the top of the show. Like, hey, weekend type fun. You know what I'm talking about. It is 6 in the a.m. That is 6 on the hour. 6 on the hour. We're going to give that traffic and that weather. And this fucking guy. Oh, I don't want to be him. I don't even want to be his friend. Anyway, people, let me just, we're gonna get to it, but we got to bring in one white gentleman, perhaps the whitest of all the gentlemen. You know him, you tolerate him, you scant can do else than that, legally and otherwise. The man himself, Stanley the Manly. Weekend Type Fun, Volume 39, a hodgepodge of comedy adjacent whatnots. Stanley, that was, just hopped right on that. Great, good job. Excellent workage, excellent workitude. Get a little bit of that down the gullet, People love it when you eat and drink directly into a microphone. People are like, yeah, do that. Make mouth noises. Eat a banana. Be like, yeah, exactly. Eat a banana. The one of the most sexual of fruits. I mean, sexier than Ricky Martin. Ricky Martin. Oh. We got jokes like that every hour on the hour. Stay with us. We got traffic on the 110. There is a mattress in lane 2 there, and everybody's got to get around it. Everybody's got to get around it. So that's going to be pretty well slowed up all the way back to the junction with the 202. And this fucking guy, I don't know where accents are going. It's going like places. We got to get into this. Okay. With your host, Rem Pemberton of the Clemson Pembertons, wearing soft sweaters and nice khaki type pants and some well-fitting, comfortable shoes. Sensible loafer style shoes. Good for walking, good for lounging by a crackling fire. Anyway, it's your host, Rem Pemberton of the Clemson Pembertons. You know who he is. Hey, come on, Rem, play the theme so's we can get this show off the ground, whatever it is. Okay, that sounds like a thing that I do. Play a theme. This is the theme. It is the only theme I ever sing, and this is the theme. The theme that comes and haunts my dreams and ways. Cha. Ah, the cha. The cha, ladies and gentlemen. The cha. It's what brought you here, and it's what will take you from this mortal plane. At the end of your life, all you will hear is one final cha. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hey, we got the show off the ground. Hooray, we're running. This week's episode, a random jumble of different shits like we used to do in the old days. And I'm going to be fucking straight with you on this. Couple of things. Okay, first of all, this. I miss the gallimaufry of the original few. I mean, I do. They're hastily cobbled together of random bits in the frantic moment. Yeah, that had a certain appeal to me, you know. Like, I'll be completely honest with you. I enjoy the fucking vibes of some good ass, like, squonk ass garage rock. The squonkier the better, you know? Just like guys in a fucking garage in Dublin just squonking shit out. Guy with a 3-piece drum kit just banging on it like it's, you know, not gonna fall apart before the next song, you know. I swear to God, it's some guy like squawking into an old soup can with a string on it. Just is good. There's something about that kind of just cobbled together shit that's like, yeah, this is good. And so perhaps that is why I do things the way that I do. There's a certain type of charm with a certain type of lack of putting too much goddamn effort into it. Like, just enough to get it on the fucking roll, and there you go. You put it in the can, and you call it good. Are those film terms? Am I talking about film correctly? I don't know. I'm not a film guy. I've known film guys. I mean, god damn it, I used to be in a band with a guy who was on a crew for fucking Carl Reiner. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in a band with a guy who was once on a film crew for Carl fucking Reiner. Like, Carl Reiner's a big ass deal. He's made a movie or two in his life. Good fucking movies. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so yeah, this fucking guy. Boy. All right. So yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. I do miss like a certain not put together-tude, very well-atude of things. Just sort of like, you know, slapping shit together, throwing shit at the fucking wall and seeing what sticks, you know? Something about that. I like it. It may stick, it may not. It may stink up the joint, but like, whatever. Anyway, hey, you know, back before I started to take myself too seriously. Yeah, that's been a problem. I'm taking myself too seriously. I'm like, oh, this comedy better be fucking good. This better be like professional ass quality. God damn it. Yeah, I mean, you know, for fucks fuckles, people. God damn it. I do like having this on a channel that students don't know about. That's fucking great, because it means that I can say the fuck word and the motherfucker word and the bitch word and the bitch ass motherfucker word. But what I can't say, and indeed won't say, is balls. No, is the C word. I won't say the C word. I don't say it. It's not appropriate because unless you're Australian or some shit, it does not apply to everyone. But if you're Australian, then apparently it applies to everyone, including the Queen. They'd be like, that old. You almost caught me saying it. I didn't. I did not say it. I don't say that word. Did you know that I came very late to swearing in my life? It's fucking true. It's that is a true fact. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You know what? I'm gonna pull this back over so you know I'm not fucking around. Okay, this is actually factually guy talking into the microphone. I did not start swearing until the same year. Okay, this in the same year, my 34th year of life is when I drank tea for the first time, which was a big fucking deal. Yeah, that tells you what religion I was raised in. You just Google that shit. Be like, who doesn't let you drink tea? For fuck's sake, isn't tea a health beverage? Like, and it is for Christus's sakeys. Anyway, so yeah, this is number one. Drank alcohols I had never even sipped, never touched, never handled, like never been around alcohol ever until I was 34. And then the same thing for swearing. I would not say swear words. Like I just wouldn't say it. Like I would not say them at all. Like even when singing songs that I loved that had them in it. I wouldn't do it. Like I would skip over it. And then when I had a certain awakening in my 30 and 4th year, like that's when all of those things became like available to me. And so yeah, I've gone from being someone who never fucking swears to being someone who doesn't feel like they are being completely genuine until they can be like, well, fuck that shit, you know, into a microphone on the U-type tubes, you know, because sometimes fuck that shit, guys. Guys, sometimes fuck that motherfucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta be like, well, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because, look, words have meaning. Words exist because we created them because we saw a need. This is basic linguistics. Like, what do words do? Words are tools. They convey units of information. They convey information. Why do people convey information? Well, all kinds of reasons. Social, warnings, signs of danger, gainsaying political movements, etc., all that kind of shit. Like, yeah, there are words that exist for, you know, persuasion and whatnot. There are words that exist for argument. There are words that exist for all kinds of purposes. But yeah, like, what do swear words exist for? They exist for if you are upset to an extreme degree and you really want to show that that is true, which people feel that way. There is no fucking part of Holy Scripture anywhere that's like, don't get upset to an absurd degree. That's not in there, you know, because God himself is like, I'm gonna flood the fucking earth. I will kill every man, woman, and child. And yeah, you can tell yourself that, like, well, those weren't actual people. Those were Nephilim. And, you know, so God needed to get rid of all the Nephilim because they were like like a master's thesis of God human creating. And so he needed to, like, you know, do away with that so he could get his dissertation on the table. Anyway, fuck that noise. Fuck that noise. That noise needs to be fucked. Because God, you know, told all kind of people to kill all kind of people a lot of the time. In the Bible, read your Old Testament. God be like, smite them utterly, salt the earth that nothing more may grow, and thus saith the Lord your God. You know, and Charlton Heston will someday be in a movie about this, and it will look fucking epic. Anyway, and it did. Those movies are big time. Holy smoker-rollies. Yeah, anyway. Cinematography is amazing. Stories are like, bleh, could be better, I guess. You know, not bad for a sacred text. You know, sacred texts are pretty boring. Have you read any sacred texts lately? I have a collection of sacred texts in my classroom, and they so many of them could not be more boring. Like I used to be a librarian, and one of the people who would take advantage of libraries for his religious purposes was Warren Jeffs, a guy you may have heard of because he's a Mormon polygamist who like has his own Mormon polygamist cult, and it's the ladies who wear the 1800s style dresses with, and they all have a braid in their hair and like a little bump in the front of their hair, but also in their front because they are pregnant with Warren Jeffs' like 112th child. Anyway, so yeah, he was like, and the world shall have my word. And so how did he do that? He just started sending free copies of his book to every library in the world. And it's funny because like lots of people send libraries free books, and if the book merits, putting it on the shelf for any reason whatsoever, then we'll put it on the shelf. I mean, the Ayn Rand cult, the objectivist, Leonard Peikoff, those weirdos. Anyway, they send copies to libraries quite a bit. Libraries and schools. They get them in school libraries. They get them in public libraries so that the words of Ayn Rand may live forever. Um, like, for real. They really, really do that. So, like, anyway, yeah, this guy, Warren Jeffs, who is in prison for illegally marrying underage girls because that's not allowed. Like, there's an age at which you can get married. Like, you can marry someone when they're 16, I think, as long as you have parental consent. Like, signed parental consent. Like, there's a form you have to fill out with a fucking state and whatnot. But this guy is doing, and it has to be your first and only marriage because, like polygamy is still legal, and you can feel about that however you want. But like, because like people are getting into polyamory and whatnot these days, and like it's your life, it's whatever. But like, when you start talking about like, well, everyone here must follow the same exact belief system, tight religious community must be a part of the religion or you can't live here, that's a little weird. First of all, that's not what like regular communities are like, number one. And number two, when you're like, must allow us to marry 13-year-old and have sex with them, like, what? Okay, fuck you. Like, nope. Nobody, nope. You are not allowed anymore, and we put your ass in jail and watch you get raped as many times as you raped little girls. Boop-a-doop boop, and if it ends up being 100,000 times more, ba-doop boop 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 boo. I don't know why I'm singing all of a sudden about Warren Jeffs getting ass raped in prison, which I hope he is on a regular basis, because like, there is audio that they played at his trial of him having a prayer with a 13-year-old girl before he has sex with her, because he wants God to look down upon this and be like, looks good to me. I see nothing wrong with this. Certainly no. Why, that's an ordinary middle-aged man and his ordinary 13-year-old secret wife. It's his 27th wife this year. Like, what the fuck? Oh my God, those people. Anyway, but he sent his fucking scripture that like he received from God, and he sent it to all the libraries in the land. And my library was like, we are not putting this on the shelf. And I was like, fine, I'll take it, because, you know, like, I will save it from the dumpster, which is where books that the library can't use are going. Like, I hate to break that to you, but there's not infinite space. But yeah, like, the other thing is that, like, this was the second edition of that scripture. They already had a first edition, and unless you think like, oh, first edition must be quite rare. No, it was not. Every fucking library in the country has one. It's not rare at all. It's like, how rare is a copy of Dianetics? Like, I have one in my house right now. You know, like, do I believe that shit? No. But is it here? Yeah, I got one. Like, because it was not hard to find. Anyway, regardless, doesn't make it rare, interesting, or good. So yeah, like, we had a first edition of, yeah, so like, if you had a first edition of, like, yeah, Dianetics, who gives a fuck? That kind of shit. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I've been getting at. But yeah, first edition of, you know, books that's like, who gives a fuck, is, there you go. There you go. You're not going to move the needle very far. So yeah, this guy who, like, very new, like, within the 2000s splinter movement from a church that's already too pushy with their business, you know, like, yeah, that's definitely, first of all, definitely the true thing that God definitely intended. But like, hey, Brosif, like, I notice you leaving your books everywhere. Like, it does not mean that people are reading them. Because I checked the circs on the first edition of, I think it's called Jesus Christ, A Message to All Nations, or something like that. But it is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Reformed. They already have a long-ass name, and then just put Reformed. We're not those other guys from Utah, even though we are from Utah. Like, are they from Utah? I don't know. Well, yes. Actually, yes and no. They're on the border of Utah and Arizona, so that they could, like, if the Utah, authorities show up, then they'll just all flee to the Arizona side and vice versa. That's how that goes. Anyway, but yeah, so they are from Utah, and they are the Mormons, and they are, like, it is the whole thing. Yeah, be less the same. Anyway, so thing is that I've got their holy book, and when I was checking up on it, I was like, I wonder if anyone checked out the one that we had, and, you know, before I could take it, you know, and there were zero circs. We had it on our shelves for, like, better part of a decade, and no one had ever been like, I'm curious what Warren Jeffs has to say that God told him about fucking anything. Like nobody, not a single person, uh, in a fairly large public library that gets a lot of business because there are a lot of old people in this town. Anyway, yeah, like no one, nary a soul, not a person, uh, fucking checked it out ever. And so they're like, yeah, just take it. Nobody gives a fuck. It's going to a dumpster if you don't. And I'm like, okay, fine. I will I will take the good word of God and be nourished by it. And guess what? Guess motherfucking what? Oh, I'm wasting way too much time at the top of the show for fucks fuckles. Anyway, oh, I never intend it this way either. I always intend to keep it nice and tight. And I did. I did like a tight, like 6 minutes, or like it was 5, and then it turned 6, and then I complained about people complaining that it would be 6 because I actually kept it short. Here's what you don't know. Like, here is what you don't know, people. Um, First of all, this is the third time that I have set about recording these particular slides. The third time. Because yeah, every other time it did not work out. I could be falling asleep or other shit going down. Like, it just has not come together for reasons and purposes. Like, yeah, I literally fell asleep while doing these slides not so very long ago. Not tonight, but on a different night. That's why I'm doing it, and it's Monday. They'll be up by Tuesday morning. Anyway, because I keep fucking it up. But I'm going to accept this, whatever it is, no matter how bad it gets. We're just rolling with it, and we're fucking sucking it up. Because I think the first time I got like 36, 37 minutes in, and I was like, fuck, I'm trying to keep it tight at the top of the show. And then now I'm like, yeah, 37 minutes in, and I have not kept it tight at the top of the show. Anyway, so for fucks fuckles, man, we're just gonna pull through. We're gonna pull together as a team. Teamwork makes the dream work. Let me finish what I was saying about Warren Jeffs and his scripture, and then we'll move on. Okay, here's the thing with stuff like that is that, do you know what God had to say? Because God apparently gave us the Bible, and then he waited like, couple thousand years or so, and then was like, hey, do y'all know what you need? Do y'all know what you need is like more Bible, but with like a little Americano spice. Put a little Americana chili pepper. Chili pepper. Not chile pepper. That would be the country. Chili pepper. Put some American chili peppers. Like, get some of that on there. It's good. Anyway, yeah, so you got to get some of that, American spicy spice and put it on a new Bible. And like most of the people who already had the Bible were like, that's bullshit. Like, we do not believe that as a matter of principle. And the people who did believe it were like, well, then we're going to believe it extra much because we believe that your disbelief of it means that it must be extra true because Satan's fighting us extra hard. Because if he gave a fuck about your shit, you wouldn't be doing so much better than we are. For fuck's sake. Yeah. Like, I don't know. When was the last time you met someone who became Mormon? Like, I don't know. At birth, like, they make those. Like, same way Catholics make theirs. There's just not as many. Anyway, regardless. That's, yeah, I mean, come on. The same way Buddhists get made. You know, it's not like they're knocking on your door being like, hey, have you heard? Life is suffering and you need to get off of this fucking wheel because it sucks ass. You need to stop existing because you've been existing, and as long as you keep existing, this bullshit's going to keep being like it is right now. You think you like that? Well, fuck that. No more of that. Like, that's, by the way, you go selling that as like a door approach to religion as a way to like knock doors and be like, hello, no, I'm not a shoe brush salesman, because that hasn't been a thing since 1957. But what I am is a door-to-door salesman, you know, once again, a thing you don't fucking see very much anymore, unless it's like pest control, which is kind of fucking shady. Uh, anyway, because they could tell you they did it, and how would you know? Anyway, regardless. But I'm telling you, back to the fucking point. Yeah, I'm not a pest control salesman or a 1957 shoe brush commercial or shoe brush salesman. You know that there was a play written about the death of. Regardless, any fucking way. I'm here to see if you're interested in not having the same basic belief system that you currently have. Like, you know how people go around changing their entire worldview and belief system all the time? How would you like to do that, but do that to a thing that most people, when they hear about it, they, eye roll it kind of the same way they do with Scientology, where they're like, oh, these fucking guys, all right. Like, I'm going to change my entire belief system from, nothing whatsoever, or, something that a whole bunch of people are into, to like something that, like, yeah, if you live in Utah, people are going to be like, yay, you're on our team, aren't you? But like when you're outside of Utah, people are like, really? It's tea. Anyway, oh, I may have given myself away and shit. Sorry for when I had done that. That was unprepared on my part. Anyway, but for fuck's fuckles, Mormonism, that's some crazy shit. Anyway, this fucking guy, do you know what God had to say to all mankind? So he gave us a Bible, which, is pretty fucking unbelievable for lots of reasons. Talking donkeys and shit. I mean, there's a talking donkey in the Bible. If you don't believe me, look it up. It's true. Talking donkey in the Bible. Anyway, so, yeah. Things and purposes. Take it allegorical, friend. That way you can continue comparing clothing with people on Sundays. Anyway, hey now, come on. People, what did God, after giving us the Bible and then the Book of Mormon, which is like extra Bible, but it's like, hey, you know how there's all these kind of ruins and whatnots in like North and Central Americas, and they was made by, native type peoples? What if I told you that those native peoples were actually a bunch of white guys like you and me? Like, wouldn't that blow your fucking mind? Anyway, come on, join the religion. It's good. That's my Utah accent. That's my like, hey, what do you want to fucking do over here? Come on. Yeah, we're gonna go watch a Jazz game, you motherfucker. Come on. Gabish. We're gonna go watch the Utah Jazz. And then later tonight, I'm gonna see if I can't get your mother out of her special underwear. You know what I'm talking about. Them knee-length fucking underwears. Oh my God. It's the debut. It's the debut of my character that I've been doing for a fucking while. is the fucking guy who puts the SK sound. He puts it wherever he can. You know what I'm saying? This fucking guy, whenever he opens his mouth, is fucking every fucking other thing he says is fucking putting some sort of a, weird sounds on it. This fucking guy. Anyway, hey, welcome in your debut, this fucking guy. Okay, we're 45 minutes in, and I used to take myself seriously. Remember that? God damn it. Fuck. I was going so well. It took like a half an hour worth of jag. God damn it. This show is off to a good start. It's a rollicking start, and we love it. We love every minute of it. Okay, here we go. Transition. A poorly designed slide which takes us from one thing to the next. Yes, that is generally what a transition is and how it works. Parenting Advice, Part 12. How to prevent your kid from becoming an alchemist. Oh, that's right. I remember we wrote this and we... didn't we think this, Braxton? Just quick parlay. Braxton, get in there. Braxton, didn't we think that this one wouldn't work? That the audience, it's a little broad. People don't like that broad comedy. You know what I'm saying? No, don't worry about me. It's gin and tonic. Don't worry about a rum. Hey, eyes here. Bring it in. Okay. Side talk. Talk out of the side of your mouth. And you tell me, yes or no, did we or did we not have a conversation about not putting this fucking bit in the fucking show? God damn it. Yes or no? I forgot which one means what. Get the fuck out of here. God damn it. Hey, and we're back. Sorry for a little pause there. Hey, so this is Parenting Advice Part 12. How to prevent your kid from becoming an alchemist. Ha, Braxton. It sounds like it's going to be a hoot. Becoming an alchemist. Oh, God, this sounds good. Part 1. Early warning signs. If your child displays any of the following behaviors, they might be in the early stages of becoming an alchemist. Subsequent parts of this video will teach you what to do and how to fix your child before they set out on a life of depravity and debauchery which will bring shame to your family for generations. No, I hit the cough button. Yeah, I'm positive. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. No, I have it on right now. And now it's off. Okay. Warning sign number 1. Does your child bring home suspiciously large amounts of base metals such as lead, tin, zinc, etc.? Hey, Ma, look what followed me home. Can I transmute skit? Oh, no. Oh, no. Look at what the child has become. It is as the prophecy hath foretold. Anyway, warning sign number 2. Has your child constructed an ad hoc laboratory in your basement using bits and bobs cobbled together from the abandoned meth lab down the street? Also, what happened to the meth lab? I thought meth was a growth industry. I was getting to think, well, goddamn. God damn it to motherfucking Christ. God motherfuck shit Jesus Christ on a weeping cross for fuck's fuckles. God motherfucking fuck God's mother in the ass, and then she'll reach around God and give him what for, and they'll fuck, and the Holy Spirit'll tug his sheet in the corner. Anyway, on the corner, in the corner. Heyo, fabric joke. Bringing that shit around. Hey, it's blasphemy and we're having fun. Anyway, Kay, look. Has your child constructed an ad hoc laboratory in your basement? No, I haven't read it yet. I have to read this. Using bits and bobs cobbled together, I will not be interrupted. Cobbled together from abandoned meth lab down the street. Also, what happened to the meth lab? No, I'm going to finish. Fuck you. I thought meth was a growth industry. Well, thank sweet weeping baby Jesus suckling at his mother's sweet-ass tit that I finished that one, God damn it. Oh, Jesus Christopher Christ. Warning sign number 3. When you ask your child to say grace, do they say things like, O great Thoth, who dwellst on the dark plains of the moon, where all thy secrets are kept from the prying eyes of man, please turn thine ibis eye upon us in thy mercy, and transmute our base human forms into glittering, golden, immortal forms in thy mercy. Do they be saying shit like that? 'Cause if they do, it's maybe alchemy and shit. Do you know what I am saying? Okay. Warning sign number 4. Did your child ask for the Corpus Hermeticum of Hermes Trismegistus as either a Christmas or birthday gift this year? By the way, Trismegistus means thrice majestic. He was thought to be thrice majestic for his cunning usages of alchemy and turning base metals into precious ones, and in prolonging life with the philosopher's stone and such knots. Yeah. And then the motherfucker died and shit, and people were like, oh, he must be extra magical. He dead. He like super fucking dead. He like fucking hundreds of years dead. He must be magic as a motherfucker. Dead several fucking 100 years. God damn it, that motherfucker magic as shit. I ain't never heard of no one be dead that long. Fuck me in the ass. That's a long fucking time to be dead. God damn. Anyway. Did your child ask for the fucking book? If they did, it might be alchemy. Are you getting these jokes that we're telling as best as we fucking can? I wish Chaz was here. I'd renegotiate my contract right goddamn now. Warning sign number 5. When someone in your household becomes ill, does your child blame the illness on an imbalance of the humors? Do they fucking recommend that you use a round of leeches to balance those motherfucking humors out? That's some fucking pre-germ theory of medicine bullshit. What that is. It's true. That is some pre-germ theory of medicine bullshit. But I want you to pay attention to what's around here. Hey, oh, wait a minute. What? What are these? Oh, my God, if those aren't the signs of the motherfucking zodiac. Hey, all you astrological numbnuts out there who, like, you know, for some reason or another, you were like, well, ordinary religion, no mas for me, but I'll tell you what I do believe in is some bullshit that we've disproven fucking millennia ago. That's what I'm in for. Like, You might as well be like, I put all my faith in phrenology. It's just, I mean, it's fucking science. What are you gonna do? It's proven. Anyone can know that you can just do it, and then you'll know all there is to know. Like, what the fuckery? Anyway, but like the four humors, you had your biles, you had your blood, you had your phlegm. It was black bile, yellow bile. Yeah, I think that's black and yellow bile, blood, and phlegm. Anyway, so these are the four humors, and they believed that balancing them was the key to good health and whatnot. And so, like, any sickness would indicate an imbalance of one of the humors. Blood being a very common one. It's the one that people know from bullshit medicine that doesn't fucking work. You know what I'm saying? Like, how fucking stupid would you think someone was if you were like, oh shit, I got a goddamn fever. And instead of them saying, like, well, here's some ibuprofen or a reasonable amount of aspirin, because I've heard that if you take too much of it, and this is fucking true, you can shut your goddamn liver down and die. It's true. You actually can. Most common way of doing that is by taking only aspirin-based things for headaches, and then also taking a cough syrup, which very often has aspirin in it, and then you've taken way more aspirin than you thought, and doctors have kind of been like, nah, aspirin, who gives a fuck? It's all the same thing. And then, like, the fucking deal is that, like, you can't actually die. You can't actually kill yourself with that shit. Anyway, regardless, I mean, our medicine is good as long as you're, like, not a dumb fuck as far as administering it to yourself. Like, actual science-based medicine, can't beat it. Medicine built on the germ theory of medicine, the most cutting-edge medical science that we have. Like, holy shit. Have you seen what we can do? Like, transplants and shit. You know what I'm saying? And not just, like, human to human, but, like, sometimes animal to human. It's like, what? We figured that shit out? God damn. And so that same medical science has given us, like, ibuprofen and acetaminophen and shit. And so we have these things. We have them. They are with us, and so, like, it is good shit that we have. Like, it totally works. But people used to think that what worked was fucking leeches, right? And they swore by it up and down. They were like, God damn, you get really sick, do a fucking round of leeches. But, like, now we know that is fucking terrible for you. You're going to take someone's blood when they have a fever? Like, what? That's terrible. It's a terrible way to do anything. And so, like, thing is, ladies and gentlemen, like, this fucking view of the world is so fucking, like, by the way, the four humors being a thing, that is not even as old as the zodiac that is represented here. So, like, this is how dumb people were not so very long ago, and this is how dumb people were like thousands of years before that. So, like, that's pretty motherfucking dumb. Like, these people, if you had shown them a wheelbarrow, they would have been like, the fuck is that? Hey, look what Larry got. That's fucking amazing. Like, you see this shit? He's carrying shit around. It's got a wheel. Like, fuck. God damn, Larry. Look at him go. I'm serious. These people would have found a wheelbarrow to be an almost mystical advance in technology. Yeah. These people could scarcely fucking understand the concept of electricity. And so, like, yeah, do you think we can do better by now? Like, given, like, just think about what you do with it. Think about what I'm doing with electricity right now. Like, god damn it. I am recording this on a computer that is, like, I don't know, 300,000 times more complex than the one that sent fucking Apollo 11 to the moon. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here, I've got that plugged into my wall outlet because it's very small. And if I needed to pick it up and move it, I could. It's a desktop, but I can pick it up with ease. If I need, I mean, granted, cables running everywhere, but like, you know, take a moment, unplug the cables gently, and then pick the case up, and you're like, oh, that's very light, especially since we've gone to SSDs instead of like tons of mechanicals, and it's even lighter. So there you go. Like, it's, yeah. I mean, the tempered glass, I mean, that's probably the heaviest part of the whole thing. And the power supply. The transformer in there is pretty heavy. Regardless, the fact is, like, you know, people used to fantasize about, like, can you imagine if a computer take up a single room of your house? Like, you could have a house with a computer in it. You know, we don't think about this shit, but, like, phone, computer, it's just a computer with a touch screen and a solid state drive built into it. That's what it is. It's a computer. It's a fucking computer. You might have a computer on your wrist. Like, you're walking around with more shit that does more with electricity that we use in dumber ways, for fuck's sake. Like, I'm gonna watch 1,200, like, fucking girls annoying people in public by doing the same exact dance to the same exact song we've already fucking seen 300,000 times. Like, give it a goddamn rest. That's how we use the most amazing technology on earth. We're like, oh, my booty is extra juicy. Wait till TikTok gets a load of me. Like, they all sound like Paul Lynde. Like, no, Paul Lynde. Oh my God. I can't believe I'm in the center square again. No, that's right. America's sweetheart, Paul Lynde. And people would be like, I think he's gay. Like, we wouldn't want to talk about it. Like, honey, we don't talk about shit like that. Meanwhile, Paul Lynde is on TV like, I have sex with men. Yeah. Like, oh my God, what a simple time in American history. I mean, culturally, from a cultural standpoint, from a popular culture standpoint, and that alone. Anyway, regardless. Yeah. So did I finish my point about this? Like, if people are going to believe in the Zodiac, which is a long ass time ago, why don't they believe in the humors? Like, why don't they fucking, instead of going to a hospital, bleed themselves with goddamn leeches? Because, like, look at that. People incorporating both beliefs. Oh, it makes so much sense that this older thing would go with this newer scientific thing about bleeding people with leeches. Like, ugh. If you believe in this shit on the outside, you should think that this shit on the inside is twice as reasonable, but you don't. You get sick, you go see a fucking doctor like a regular person. You know what I'm saying? You know, go see someone with a fucking, like, jar full of leeches. You know, that's not a thing that you do. Why not? Because you can see the clear benefit, but you have somehow failed to see the clear detriment of hucksters and shysters telling you that, like, oh, well, you're in this one, so you in that one. I don't even fucking know what this one or that one is. And please, for the love of sweet, merciful teenage Satan, do not tell me. Like, don't be like, oh, this one's a Piscolus and this one's a unicorn. I don't even know if that was the one I was pointing to. I do not give a fuck about your bullshit. Your bullshit is old and outdated, and we have new, complicated bullshit. Yeah, we do. Get in this new, complicated bullshit. New for 2022. Complicated bullshit. It's the newest we have. Anyway, okay, here we go. Warning sign number 6. Oh, I'm going to have so much to say about this. Oh, just you wait until you hear what I have to say about Spiegel der Kunst und Natur. Like, oh, God, I just can't wait to lay into this shit. Let me at it. Oh, let me at it. Say the thing. Hurry up and say the thing, and then I'm just going to unleash. It's just going to my brain is going to be firing hot fucking lead right at this thing. It's going to be dodging this way and that, but ultimately it cannot dodge every fucking shot. I'm going to catch it right between the eyes. I'm going to lay it down cold on the pavement, and I'm going to say some cold-ass thing like, oh, don't let it go to your head, or some shit like that. It's going to be fucking amazing. But you gotta read it. Just read it. I can't wait to do this. Okay, all right, here we go. So much to say. So much to say on this topic. Instead of Minecraft or Fortnite posters, does your child have prints from Stefan Michelsbacher's Spiegel der Kunst und Natur? Conclusion. The kid is broken. If your kid shows any, all, or none of these signs, you can bet your ass they'll be questing for the Philosopher's Stone before too long. The next portion of this guide will tell you how to fix your goddamn mess of a child before they become more of a public menace than they already fucking are. Look at this goddamn kid. No respect for authority. No, what are you gonna start some sort of fucking riot girl punk band? You're too young for that shit. Even in Portland, they wouldn't let little girls your age do that kind of shit. And they let just about anybody. In Portland, you'd be slacklining by now. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, your parents are LARPing in the park. You'd be slacklining. Oh, god damn it. Part 2. How to fix your child. Now that you have come to accept the fact that your child is severely damaged, and if left unchecked will likely grow up to become a part of that shadowy cabal that runs our government behind the scenes and keeps Paul Rudd looking young and vibrant, while both Marky Mark and his Funkabunch, all of whom are the same age as Paul Rudd, look like shit. I'm sure you will want to fix your child like any good Satan-loving parents would. Look at this fucking kid. You want to walk around with that? Or do you want people to see you and be like, now there's some people who love Satan. Every fucking Saturday night, they're out there, a fucking curvy-bladed dagger and a fucking goat ready for slaughter. Pentagrams all over the fucking place. Yeah, that's just, so much do they love our Dark Lord. Our Dark Lord so very much they love him. And yet their fucking kid's a goddamn mess. Oh, goddamn it. Step 1. Blame yourself. Go ahead and blame yourselves, you bitch-ass parents. The rest of society already does. If it's not your fault that your little brat turned out this way, whose is it? Who was there? Who was there? I did this time with the right enunciations. Oh, for fuck's fuckles. God damn it. You can see in the background, it's just like pornitals. That's not even a thing. I've checked. Oh, God. No. Oh, don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. Don't make me go. Oh, God damn it. Porns. Pornitals. No. God damn it. That's Porn Italy. I don't know. It might be explicit. Oh, God damn it. I honestly didn't think that if I typed Pornital that anything would come up, but I didn't think about people either doing Porn Italy or a porn portal. Oh, boy. Old Rem's got egg on his face now. Oh, cheese Malise. Okay. That's right. Go ahead and blame yourselves, you bitch-ass parents. The rest of society already does. If it's not your fault that your little brat turned out this way, whose is it? Who was there the whole time this little monster was growing up? Oh, that's right. You were. Oh, and if you weren't there enough, that's even worse. Blame your own goddamn ass. Blame your motherfucking self. All right. All right. Okay. We're moving on. Step 2. Get them interested in something else. Yes, there is a literal world of things that aren't alchemy. You should try to interest your child in any of them. Stamp collecting, goat porn, collecting goat porn stamps. Use your imagination. Get creative. If they aren't into goats, find out if they like foot stuff. You never know. Step 3. Feed them until they get fat. You've never seen a fat alchemist, have you? Exactly. Step 4. Religion. Start collecting ceremonial daggers and use them to casually clean your nails while you drop a mention of what happened when the Johnson kids started trying to turn lead into gold. If that doesn't scare them, openly threaten to sacrifice them to a rival god if they don't mend their ways. Step 5. Beat they ass. You read that right. You've spared the rod, and now the child is spoiled. Have them go out into the yard and pick their own switch. And then beat they ass twice as hard if the switch is too small. Part 3. What to do if that other shit failed. It's time to admit it. You're a failure on all fronts. If you weren't such a butterfingers with the rickety ladder last time, you would have already unburdened the planet from your shitty ass. But since you fucked that up too, and went and had a fuck-up kid as well, and the cycle continues. Maybe try hypnotherapy. Hey, it helped your aunt stop smoking and divorce your uncle and start dating that hypnotherapist. It's worth a shot. Maybe try republicanism. A life of joyless naysaying, thinly veiled racism, and a tendency toward fascism should keep your child from engaging in any activity that isn't in complete lockstep with the current position of the party, which, if you've been paying attention lately, is increasingly troubling when compared with similarly radical political movements throughout history. Maybe try Mormonism. Talk about a life path designed to keep you from having anything interesting to talk about at parties. Yeesh, 1957 called and they want their hegemony back. Hegemony. Wait, most Mormons vote Republican? Well, that fucking checks out. Maybe try beat they ass again. It couldn't hurt. I mean, yeah, your hand could get sore after a while, but that's why God invented leather belts. Maybe try sacrifice them to Yahweh. The motherfucker never had a problem killing kids, but his children are weirdly opposed to abortion. Seen a fucking Canaanite wandering around anywhere lately? Exacta-fucking-lutely. BT Dubs, not just my college indie reggae label. Here are 2 actual responses from an actual, "Hey, brah, come back to Jesus. Hey, brah." No, I think that's like, "Hey, brah." Like, I don't know. I was like, "Hey, brah." That's not a guy who says, "Brah." You're my brah, bro. Come on. You don't think you're my brah? Hey, let's go surfing on the surf. Yeah, the fucking beach. Capiche? We're going down to the beach. We're gonna cut some waves, motherfucker. Anyway, yes, these are the accents that are appropriate for all of the things. Maybe I should just do generic sort of stuffy-nosed British guy for all the things. Here are 2 actual responses from an actual Hebrew. Like, no, fuck that noise. Let's do it like a person. Okay, take 2. All right, glad that we edit later, don't we? Just kidding. That's not in our fucking DNA. Here are 2 actual responses from an actual, "Hey, brah, come back to Jesus" fucking website to the "God told Israelites to fucking kill all the Canaanites, including their babies" problem. These are 2, and there are like, I don't know, 6 or 7 responses that like, "Hey, just pick which one works for you, buddy." You know? Just pick which one and start giving fucking money to this fucking, we gotta build a bigger building to have you only come to 1 time a week, you know? Like all the other nights except like Wednesday for the hardcore ones. Yeah. And then all the other times of the week fucking closed. Like you paid the money that helped build this fucking building and you want to come hang out? Random day of the week? Nah, closed. Sorry, it's closed. Anyway, but yeah, so we want you to come back to pay money into the building fund of this building funding, belief-based building fund that we belong to. Anyway, regardless. So here are 2 things from the list of the things that are like kind of typical of the kinds of things that they're saying that are like, hey, just believe it. Just find a way to be like, I believe it and it's fine. It's what's called apologetics. Apologetics means make up any old shit so that it seems reasonable to continue believing. There's another name for that in the world of cognitive biases. It's called confirmation bias. Anyway. And confirmation bias is a trick that your brain plays on itself so that it doesn't have to learn new information. Because brains are kind of lazy, or lazier than you think, at least. Because maybe if you thought more, then your brain wouldn't be so fucking lazy. Anyway, regardless. You and your fucking brains. Anyway, so this is the answer number 1, that maybe you think this and then it's fine. The destruction of Canaanite men, women, and children was part of God's wrath and did not originate with the Israelites themselves, as if it's better for God to pull some shitty-ass shit than it is for humans. Like, oh, it was God's wrath. So God, being a perfect being someone who is incomprehensible and amazing in their perfection, to a degree that your little human brain can't even fucking understand. They're just so perfect and amazingly perfect that they can kill all of these people, including women and children, and that's fine. And because they don't have a corporeal body, they need someone who has a corporeal body to go swing swords at the fucking babies until the babies are dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that's a great thing. Hey, we like that. First of all, God commanded it, therefore it can't be wrong. I'm sorry. Euthyphro's dilemma much? And anyway, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Fuck-diculous. I cannot. Like, first of all, I wouldn't want to worship a god that's like, hey, and kill the babies. And if you don't kill the fucking babies, then you're doing it wrong. I don't think a god who would ever say that to any people, even if it was in his wrath. Like, I don't care what their parents did. Their parents could be like, I'm Yahweh. Well, they're like, juggling dildos and like getting ass fucked on a slack line or whatever. Like, I do not care how badly they pissed off Yahweh. Like, if the parents were actively doing shit that you're like, I fucking came down there in physical form and told you to your fucking face, which would be like, acceptable. I would take that. So Yahweh, go ahead and make yourself known before you commit fucking genocide, because maybe people would be like, oh, that dude is for real. He actually exists in the goddamn heavens and is a glorious, majestic, perfect being that is all-powerful and all-knowing, and we better get our asses to worshiping him, because he can destroy us with a fucking word, Except he didn't destroy him with a word. He told his people, like his favorite fucking people, to kill them instead. Like, god damn it. For fuck's sake, And people wonder, like, oh my god, how is there religious-based violence in the world? It's like, throughout history there has been, like, it's baked into the system. It is one of the base assumptions. Is that, like, if these people aren't the right way, then maybe fucking kill them and shit. And people be like, I wonder how people get radicalized like that. Anyway, let's go learn the story of Moses, because it's a very uplifting story. They escaped Egypt after God killed the firstborn of every motherfucking Egyptian. God damn it. Like, holy shit, like, I don't, like, I do not condone all the baby killing in the Bible. I'm sorry that I am more moral than Yahweh, but I dare him to come down here in corporeal form and look me in the fucking eye and be like, those babies needed to die. Like, you don't understand. I have a plan. It is majestic and glorious, and it will save a certain percentage of mankind. Won't say how many, but you're probably on the outside. And anyway, like, holy fuck. Yeah, even then, it's a hard sell. Like, even if he did exist, it was like, yeah, I did that shit, and it's fine because I said so. And he came to me and was like, hey, look at how fucking glorious I am and how much fucking power I have. Like, I could kill that baby. I could kill that baby. I could collect every baby in the United States and kill it in one fell swoop. I could kill all the fucking babies. I would still be like, yeah, you're not getting my fucking worship because, like, you a crazy ass motherfucker killing all the goddamn babies. What the fucking shit? Like, I can't even conceive of the concept of an evil baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, look, it is the classic moral dilemma. People say this all the time. Like, okay, if you could have a time machine to travel back in time, would you kill Hitler? And, because Hitler's a stand in for like the concept of the worst human imaginable, even though like there are people who do give him a run for his money. Like, I mean, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Like, ugh, not saying good. You will not hear me saying that, motherfucker. By the way, um, yeah, not like I'm a Republican congresswoman who'd be like, what, Adolf Hitler, mein Fuhrer? I mean, that guy that I'm not supposed to like in public? Um, anyway, that's some shit we might get into at some point. That shit fucking happened. Anyway, regardless. But yeah. Uh, you kill babies, it's fucking wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm just more moral than your deity. Like, tell him to get the 2022 update or whatever he needs, but like, I am more moral than him when it comes to baby murder. Anyway, okay, number two, of murdering all the Canaanites, their men, their women, and their children. That the murder of these innocent civilians was not racially motivated. Because they're like, yeah, it's not a race. Not a race of people. So it can't be racial. Canaanites weren't a race. And it's like, wait, hold up. What do you need to be a race? You need to be like a group of people with a shared history and language in a certain geographic area. Like, that makes you a race, right? Like, I'm pretty sure that's like, all pieces of the definition of what makes up how you get one group to be a race is that they have shared history, language, and geographic location. Like that makes you a race, right? I mean, I'm not crazy. So, how could it not be racial if you're like all the people who have this shared culture and shared language and shared background and shared homeland? Take all of these motherfuckers and kill them, but don't do it on a racial basis. But just do it to them and only them, and you know what I mean when I say them. I'm talking about those kind of people. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of them. You know, like, oh God, yeah, that's not racially based. That's not genocide. Just kill everyone that this guy is genetically similar to. It's not genocide. Like, kill this guy and all people like him because they're all of not various diverse races. I mean, like, but anyone who looks like this motherfucker and speaks his same language and has his same cultural beliefs and practices and is from the same region that we're walking in right now, anyone who's like that, but like not on a racial basis, but anyone who's like a lot like this fucking guy that I just stabbed, like, stab them, oh my fucking God. Like, yeah, it's not racial, man. Come back to Jesus. We need building for the building fund. The current building isn't big enough and empty enough, fucking like 5 out of 7 days of the week. Only open on Sunday for a couple hours and Wednesday for a couple hours, and the rest of the days you can fuck off. Like, you paid for it, now fuck off. Anyway, yeah, the sweet ass building fund. Um, God damn it. So yeah, this BT Dubs sold precisely three BT Dubs. It sold precisely 3 singles to a hacky sack group of over 20 filthy goddamn hippies. Only 3 of the 20 filthy goddamn hippies. I mean, technically they all 20 of them shared a converted bus and thusly one cassette deck, which they had to install because the school bus did not come with the fucking did not actually fucking come with a cassette deck installed. Just came with that weird walkie-talkie where you could be like, break it up, you fucking kids, you know, so you can get your voice to be loud enough over all the fucking kids. Anyway, yep, they rigged up a cassette deck for that, and BT Dubs, my college indie reggae label, we sold 3 copies to them fucking hippies. No one else wanted our shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so given the fact that these motherfuckers just gave themselves permission for religiously motivated racial genocide as an answer to the problems presented in their own sacred text, I'm inclined to not be a Christian. Because let me go back. Let's see. If God is angry enough and it's not racial, it's just based on God said kill these specific people of a similar cultural and linguistic and geographical similar type of, similarities, peoples of that types, they have a type. I won't go so far as to call it a race. It's just a certain kind of people, if you know what I mean. But yeah, like it's okay to kill certain kinds of people so long as God got angry first and was like, you kill these motherfuckers. And then when you hear the voice of God say that, which how do you know that you've heard the voice of God? Oh, someone will claim it that they did and be like, hey, I just heard the voice of God. And you'll be like, oh, better check first. What did God say? Oh, he said, kill those fucking guys that we don't like. And you'd be like, oh my God, it's true. It's a true sign from the heavens. Kill those motherfuckers we don't like? Oh, God damn it. God, you are on point. You are on it, God. Holy smokes. You're just right out the chamber. Kablow. Just killing it dead, God. You just nailed that shit. Nailed that shit. You took out a hammer. That shit was right there. You just fucking nailed that nail on the fucking nail head, and it just one mighty stroke into the wood, leaving a little slight hammer indent showing you put it in with some fucking oomph. You know what I'm saying? You fucking nailed that shit, God. Anyway. So yeah. I'm not inclined to be a Christian, given the fact that you guys can, like, as part of your apologetic for, like, sorry that there's racially based genocide in our holy book, you're like, yeah, but if God says it's okay, then religiously motivated racial genocide is, like, totally okay. Because, like, what is to keep people from claiming that God gave them permission to do that in the future? What are the safeguards against that? How would we know? We don't. There's a lot of unanswered questions there. And I think it best to just leave that shit alone. Because, come on now. Anyway, I don't want to worship a God who hates any of the children. Like, and desires to see them dead. And, if you think that whatever God does is right, Socrates addressed this brilliantly, and Plato wrote about it, because we have the words of Socrates through Plato, and you can read it. It's in the Euthyphro. These are dialogues that Socrates had, and they're named for the people that he was dialoguing with. And this Euthyphro because Socrates had this interesting approach where he would be like, oh, you're having some sort of a disagreement, I see. And they'd be like, yeah, and you're the most brilliant guy ever. You're fucking Socrates. So why don't you like step in and settle this shit for us? And Socrates would be like, well, I don't know what you're fucking talking about, man. Why don't you tell me what's going down? And Euthyphro's like, oh, well, blah, 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 disagreement with my dad. And, he's, uh, done things that are, like not cool with God. And therefore, you know, we gotta like fucking put this dude to death because God is like, yeah, that's what you should do. And he's like, oh, so you know what God wants people to do, huh? You're like, what that's all about, huh? Uh, and what makes an action justified, you know? And he's like, yeah, I know what makes an action fucking justified. And he's like, okay, cool. What makes an action justified? He's like, well, if it's an action that God would take. He's like, oh, I see. That's a smart answer, young man. The action God himself would take if he were in that position. But question, young blood, like, why would God take that particular action? Is it because the action itself is right? Or is it because whatever God does is right? And the young man's like, "Oh shit, that's some heavy ass shit you're laying on me, Socrates." He's like, "Well, probably because whatever God does is right." He's like, "Oh, well then God could be a fucking tyrant and fucking awful and just murder everybody for no fuck reason, and that would be okay." And the guy's like, "Oh no, sorry, I misspoke. Sorry, that was fucking goddamn it. I didn't get it right. Okay, so it's got to be that God just automatically does the right thing always, and that's why he's God." And it's like, oh, so there's a concept of rightness that exists outside of God that God himself must adhere to. Well, then why do we need God? Why can't we just worship the rightness and just like let the rightness be our God, you know? But like we got to have access to that rightness. Where are we going to get that rightness? Because if that rightness is so right, then like it shouldn't just be the magisterium of God. It should be like us as well. Like we got to just tap into that shit, and then we're fucking, good as God on all counts. And it's like, yeah, you can say shit like, oh, well, we have, the ultimate good as God gave it to us in his book. And it's like, okay, well, let's ignore the fact that his book is full of some awful shit like murdering babies and whatnot. Like, let's just gloss over that as if it weren't an issue. But like, let's say, okay, well, how did we get these words that God told us? Oh, they came from some dude who talked to him. Oh, how did we know he talked to him? Because he's always saying that he does. And then he says some groovy shit that we enjoy. Oh, so if it's groovy shit, then it must be from God. That's how Okay, all right. Sweet ass job there, friend. Uh, like is some circular logic and shit. And also like, yeah, Euthyphro is like classic, just Socrates walking someone in circles about like, oh yeah, the concept of God. Yeah, totally got you, bro. Like, yeah, that definitely is a thing. And then he just like talks about it in such a way that it's like, well, if God exists and is this way, then we shouldn't worship him. But if God exists and is that way instead, then we also shouldn't worship him because we should worship something else. You know? So like in either case, we owe God no worship. And Euthyphro, when he's given this dilemma, is like, wait, what the fuck? Like, hold up, Socrates. It is way early in history, like not just in the AM, and I can't wrap my brain around this. It is early in the history of mankind for someone to be thinking that clearly about the concept of rightness and justice and the concept of God himself in a way that like kind of shakes the foundations of both to the fucking ground, you know? Like, ooh boy, Socrates, lay it back a little bit. Yeah, I just saw how far in I am. God damn, this is going to be a long one. Buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to be a long, long ride. It's going to be a long ride, friend. Okay. So, yeah, I don't want to worship a God who believes that children are capable of being evil, nor do I want to worship a God who believes that slaughtering an entire race of people is justified just so you can make room for another group of people on that same oddly coveted piece of land. I don't give a fuck if you were like, but I told your like great greatity great 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 grandfather that his children would have this land forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck do I know my great 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 grandfather? Like, all I got from that motherfucker was like, probably watch what I eat so I don't die of the beaties. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. You know, like that's all that motherfucker left by the time I came along. So like, the fuck do I care about the dirt he used to stand on? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is gone. That shit be gone a long time ago. So like, and there's a lot of us now that be his great 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 grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of fucking people by now. So like, we can't all fit there. Like, fucking, why don't you find us a cool spot that's not currently occupied by people that you fucking want us to kill for some goddamn reason? That doesn't seem moral. Anyway, for fuck's sake. BT Dubs still has a stash of unsold tie-dye shirts in the garage. So if you're interested, hit me up on the Craig's list. Craig has a list. He put me on it. I think I'm still on it. So just look me up on there. You'll find it. Anyway, okay. Yeah, I have now seen both Mormon apologetic and Christian apologetic websites, and they are so very similar to each other. It's like confirmation bias works no matter what your denomination of dogmatic doctrine is. That's a triple letter score. Transition. A next thing for the fucking love of fuck. Rem is preachier than Hawkeye fucking Pierce. How dare you, for fuck's sake. You don't even know what I've been on about. I've been wandering this way and that, discovering new vistas of tangent that I never believed possible before. My wife gave up on me and went to bed a long fucking time ago. That's guy behind the microphone. That's not Rem. Learn the fucking difference. You live in the multiverse. I'm on the inside and you're on the outside looking in. Fucking parallax effect, motherfucker. Get used to it. Anyway, hey, Hawkeye fucking Pierce. There, I tipped it back in. Now you can edit this and it'll be perfect. No one will know. The Complaint Department. A place to put my many grievances. Complaint number 1. These fucking dogs in stores, though. Oh my god. Hey, narcissistic fuckface. Did you know that more people have major reactions to pet dander than you can even claim to have from your mostly made-up gluten allergy? It's true, you self-centered assholes. Also, it's 2022. We all have fucking anxiety, but we don't all bring our favorite captive animal into the goddamn store, do we? No, it's just you self-centered fucks. Now pull your yoga pants out of your ass and pick a fucking yogurt. You aren't blind. Yeah, if you were blind, I wouldn't be on you about your fucking dog. Rona! Complaint number 2. Internet shows that make statements which can only offend very small groups of people. To all the anxiety-ridden, dog-owning, grocery-shopping, gluten-free, yogurt-eating, yoga-practicing people who take their goddamn dogs into the store despite not being legally blind, go fuck yourselves. You should fit into a relatively small geographic space, so it might be convenient if you all did it together. The fucking yourselves, I mean. Don't fuck each other. That might be fun, and you might enjoy that. You can fuck yourselves only. And don't look at each other. Some of you are attractive. Close your eyes. Just fuck yourself. Think about baseball while you're doing it. Anyway, complaint number 3. Christians act like a persecuted minority when they are a supermajority in this country. Fact. Oh my God, like, we're so persecuted. You outnumber everybody else, fuckface. But we're so persecuted. They're trying to outlaw Jesus. Like, who's they? And how could they, given the fact that, like, chances are, just if they are American, then based in the fact that they are American, like, let me just give you some statistics. Number 1, they own a gun. Number 2, they are in prison. Number 3, they believe in Jesus. Like, that's just the things. Like, Americans, we lock people up, we own guns, and we believe in Jesus for reasons. Anyway, like, that's most of Americans. But, like, yeah, this picture, I got it from a Christian website that was like, Christians.Christian. It's a ministry site where it's like, no, are you teaching your Sunday school and people aren't paying attention? Ooh, get them off of their cell phones and into activities with each other so they can continue paying into the building fund. Boo. Anyway, Syria. All of these people are Christian, but as Christians, they all act like you're infringing on their rights when you pass laws to tell them who they can't discriminate against, despite the fact that they constantly act like they are the ones who are discriminated against more than any other group. Also, they look like the kinds of fuckers who would bring a dog inside a grocery store. I mean, this fucking girl definitely... This one has a purse rat, and these two, like this guy has his own, like, fucking Yorkie or some shit, and this guy's girlfriend has, like, a purse rat, you know? So it's a whole fucking thing. It's a whole fucking thing. Got problems with Christian, anxiety-ridden, dog-owning, grocery shopping, gluten-free, yogurt-eating, yoga-practicing people who take their goddamn dogs into the store despite not being legally blind. And I've had it with these internet shows that make statements which can only offend very small groups of people who can fuck themselves very easily in a very small geographic space. For fuck's fuckles. Complaint number 4. No one wants to play. I have all these complex-ass tabletop games that I've never played, and nobody ever wants to play them because they don't want to spend 8 hours of their lives attempting to collect more double-sided cardboard game pieces than I do. I mean, those Fantasy Flight ones, they're thick, but it's like a dimpled texture on it. It's very satisfying feel to the game piece. Anyway, but yeah, nobody wants to play it, so I got like fucking all kinds of fun ass games. I have a Monster Apocalypse based Voltron game just sitting in my fucking cabinet because no one wants to play. I have opened it one time just to look and see what the Voltron looked like. And that's it. Like, I've never played it since, or never played it ever. And all I want to do is play it all the times, and it just never happens. It just never happens at all. Anyway, for fucks fuckles. Complaint number 5. Hey, Putin, what the actual fuck? Okay, let me address something because, like, it needs to be addressed. Hey, guess who was wrong? Guess who was wrong? This show was wrong. We were like, yeah, Putin's a bitch, you know. And that's not a word that we like using, but, like, you know, because Putin puts so much by his machismo, we were like, yeah, you're going to bitch out. But he hasn't. He's gone in full bore, and it's such a fucking mistake. Like, the human toll is just terrible. That, you know, this is it's so bad on all fronts. And, you know, he's going to be remembered as one of the worst people in history because, you know, it's a goddamn disgrace. I mean, you know, if you are going to commit war crimes, you have to be the president of the United States. Otherwise, people are going to say something about it. I mean, yeah. But yeah. So, if you're not, look, you're not going to be able to commit war crimes in a foreign nation for literally no reason and get away with it like Bush did. The world is more against this than they were of the U.S. invasion of Iraq, and people were against that. Remember when we were like, France won't let us invade Iraq. Freedom fries. I'm going to open my freedom doors and have some freedom fries. Like, people did that. People I know did that. You know, I'm not joking. Anyway, this is a whole thing. Fucking crazy people. They're crazy ass shit. But for fuck's sake, look, Putin. This may actually end your political career, if not your life. And quite frankly, the longer this goes on, the more that I hope it ends both. And the more the world hopes that it ends both in Russia and in Ukraine. So get your fucking shit together, leave, apologize, pop a bullet into the back of your skull, and go lay down in a ditch, you fuckface. God damn it. It's shitty ass shit. And, you know, the fact that fucking any Americans are out there like, hey, what's so bad with backing Putin? Fuck you. Fuck you. Like, get fucked. I'm sorry. Get fucked all the fuck long day. Get fucked with a sideways pineapple. You know, because for fuck's sake. This is a terrible thing that is happening. Goddamn disgrace. And if you think that the person who is doing this for no goddamn reason is justified and on the right side of history, well then fuck you. God damn it. Swear to God. Anyway, all right. Good times. Hooray. All right, moving on. Complaint number 6. Hey, what the actual fuck, Republicans? Look, you're taking the side of the democracy-averse autocrat, and his name isn't Donald Trump. Also, one of your leaders in Congress, I don't want to say her name because she fucking gets off on that. People be like, oh, the more they hate me, the more it means I'm right. Boo, boo, boo. You know, one of these, like, Christians with a persecution complex, like, boo. And so they did persecute Jesus and his apostles. And so if they persecute me, it just means I'm right. Boo, 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 boo. You know, God damn it. Like, she went to go speak at some fucking KKK rally, and then she's like, oh, I just thought it was a cool event for me to go tell people, like, and when the Republicans take over, then we will impeach all the fucking Democrats. What do you think about that shit? Yeehaw, and God bless the pew pew guns in the air USA. You know, like, god damn. You a fucking crazy pile of shit. And, like, you think that you're in the right fucking room when people are like, well, Hitler's not that bad. I mean, you know, like, no, they were saying, like, the dude actually said is like, now people are comparing Putin to Hitler. Like, that's a bad thing. It's like, you fucking dickhole. Of course it's a bad thing to be Hitler. What is wrong with you? Like, we fought a goddamn war over this. People fucking died. Hitler was a bad fucking guy. We all agreed about it. Fuck you if you're like, well, he had some great ideas and his paintings were actually pretty. Fuck you. Fuck you and your backward fucking ideas. We're trying to run a goddamn civilization here. For fuck's sake. So, yeah, American fucking citizens were like, Putin, Putin. And the guy's like, yep, that's right. We love Putin. For fuck's sake. Like, we don't live behind the new Iron Curtain of no fucking journalistic integrity or media access. We still live in the U.S. goddamn of A, where I can say goddamn if I want to, and nobody can fucking stop me. Because rights that I have still, because America, not fucking Russia. My entire generation was raised to fucking fear Russia. And all these assholes who are like my age and older, so they would have definitely, like, if they're older than me, then they probably remember people being like, oh my God, the Cuban Missile Crisis, boo, you know, and or fucking worse, like Mitch McConnell's probably old enough to be like, oh, the Cuban Missile Crisis, brr, you know, and so for fuck's sake, this is fucking bullshit. Like, what are you doing? No one in America should be this dumb. Like, if anyone in America is this dumb, we have failed on a cosmic level. And I'm not talking about conservatives and liberals. I'm talking about, like, right and fucking wrong. I'm talking about, like, we're always going to have conservatives and we're always going to have liberals. And you know what? Quite frankly, we're probably best if we don't give too much power to the one side or too much power to the other. It's probably best we ride some shit out down the fucking middle and just make some goddamn progress where we can, but also keep things reasonable as much as possible. You know, like, that seems like a pretty fucking reasonable thing. These are not reasonable fucking people. They're not. They are not. And so we cannot fucking allow them to have fucking power. We can't. They're out of their goddamn minds. And it's just that. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's not like, oh, well, you know, on a policy-wise, you can see policy schmolicy. They're fucking insane. Like, that's... a huge disqualifier for me being like, well, let's agree to disagree and just everybody meet in the middle somehow. Like, fuck you. You got the fucking nuttiest nut bars in the fucking pack driving the bus. You gotta fucking stop it and turn it around and meet me somewhere near the goddamn middle. You know what I'm saying? Get it to fucking together. Complaint number 7. Why did I spend all that time learning the lore of Hamon when it was just going to be an outdated, weaker competitor to the Stand? I mean, look, why couldn't Stands, which are a cool idea, I get it, like have a totally, anthropomorphized version of their power show up and like fight, and there's different versions that do different shit. And some of them are like really cool ideas where you're like, oh, God, that's like a superhero power that no one has thought of. And holy fuck, like, how is it that we haven't thought of some superhero powers yet? I mean, how many like dudes do we have who can get long and stretchy in comic books? How many super fast guys do we have? How many guys do we have who go under the water? And you're like, oh, there's more than Aquaman. Namor the Submariner, for fuck's sake. Anyway, like, just to name his direct counterpart in the Marvel universe. Anyway, yeah, for fuck's sake. They had more. You like how I'm just as passionate about this as I was about, like, this world is going to shit. Everything's falling apart. These fucking Republicans are out of their goddamn minds. And then I flip it over and I'm like, you did it wrong. Why is a Stand so much better than Hamon? Why did I spend all this time learning about Hamon if Stands are just going to be automatically better than that? This is fucking bullshit. And I do, like, I think a lot of people have this idea that, like, why couldn't Stands just be a specific manifestation of large amounts of controlled Hamon and not a completely different system? Oh, fuck, I hit the button in my anger, which renders Hamon useless and obsolete. I mean, why not? Why not, like, have to develop your Hamon to power up your Stand? Like, that would make it cool, because then you could have people still training and getting better and being like, oh, the last time you met me, my Stand could do this, but now it can do this fucking shit, and it's because I developed my Hamon. Like, why wouldn't that be the way that you did it? Now watch, like, they've gone and retconned it in the season that I haven't seen yet, and they've gone back and have been like, we actually fixed that, nerd, because fucking assholes like you wouldn't stand for it. We moved on from Hamon, okay? Anyway, I'm just saying, like, I love the flavor of the original, but, like, why'd you completely do away with it when it's not like Doritos stopped selling nacho when they brought out Cool Ranch. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have both. You can have both, for Christus's saketies. Anyway, complaint number 8. When you suddenly become a jam band fan in your 40s, people assume they know a thing or two about you based on that fact. You know what I mean. Complaint number 9. A couple of the things they assume about you are correct, but only a couple. You know which ones I mean. Yeah, those ones. No, not the other ones. No, move your hand back the other way. Look, I'll tell you. Just back it. I'll tell you when you're back to the right assumptions. Back. Keep going. No, you passed it by quite a ways, so you got to keep back. Nope. Whoop. Back the other way just a smit. Yes. Oh, my God, you got it. But also, look at this fucking moron. Right? In the picture, what a fucking idiot that guy is. Transition, possibly some other shit, or maybe not. I haven't decided yet. You know what's fun about this being my third attempt at these slides? over a period of like 3 days. I think 3 days, yeah. Um, 3 attempts over 3 days is that by now I have legitimately forgotten what is in these slides. So when it's like, yeah, it's possibly some other shit, or maybe not. This might be the end of the show. I don't know what's on the other side. Let's find out. Oh, nope, there's more shit. A jokey joke about a non-jokey subject matter. Hey, did you hear that noted congressional douche Matt Gaetz caught an STD that will eventually cause him to get jizz on his forehead on a daily basis? Yeah, apparently moving a teenage girl across multiple state lines for sexual purposes is not the kind of thing facecummers like you to be guilty of when you become their cellmate in federal lockup. Oh, God, yeah, an STD where he gets cum on his face all the time. Yeah, he had sex with an underage girl multiple times, moving her across state lines for sexual purposes, and now he gets cum on his big old goddamn billboard-sized fucking empty, hollow fucking skull. Anyway, yeah. Also, did you know that I had to look up a transparent PNG of what I hope to fucking Christ is fake cum so I could put it on Matt Gaetz's face? Because, like, I did. I had to get cum to put on his face, because this picture we've seen a bunch of times, but when you put cum, like, dripping down the bridge of his nose, it looks like he's looking up at it like, are you done? Can I wipe it off now? You wipe it off when I say you wipe it off. Hold my pocket. Anyway. Oh, God damn it. But that just the idea of him spending time in prison for like some shit that no one should be okay with. Look, no one should be okay with, so you should not have this guy as a fucking hero in your party if he is believably accused of having transported a fucking minor across state lines for sexual purposes. Because during a fucking campaign of all things. But like, this fucking guy, like, you shouldn't have him as a leader in your party. Not only should he be removed of all committees, but like, you should leave him hanging. You should fucking primary him as soon as possible. Like, distance yourself from this fuckface, because fuckface. Anyway, but distance yourself from him, because for fuckles, people, like, you can't have guys who have sex with teenagers in your fucking party. Do you not know that? Like, you shouldn't do that if maybe you want to, like, get reelected and shit. You should, like, maybe make a big deal about not accepting guys who fuck underage girls as, like, even members of your party, let alone fucking heroes that you put on as a public face on every goddamn thing. Like, maybe you could just not use him for a bit, because of the part where, like, he was transporting a teenager across multiple state lines for sexual purposes. His cronies involved in this scheme are already doing jail time for it. And they've said that he did it. So, like, he fucking did it. People who have already been found guilty and are sitting in prison say that he did it. Therefore, what do you think the odds are that he fucking did it? You know what I'm saying? God damn it. And you guys are like, well, he's a hero of our party and he's the future. Fuck your future. You don't deserve one if this is what you churn out. Like, for fuck's sake. Oh, God damn it. Get me all upset. But I did have to Google what I hope is fake cum to put on this guy's fucking face. And, like, I don't know if it's fake. I really hope it is. I hope that what actually gets on his actual face is real cum. Actually, fake cum wouldn't be bad until he actually goes to prison. Just, fill fucking condoms full of, like, watered down glue, watered down Elmer's glue, and, like, throw them directly into his eyeballs. Like, until then, just fill it full of Mod Podge. Just thick ass Mod Podge and chuck it in his eye until he goes to fucking prison. Just get him used to how much cum he's going to have on his face after all this shit is done. Because I fucking hope so. That like, what he did is so fucking wrong. I can't even. Like, he shouldn't be a hero of a political party. He shouldn't be a hero of a pedophile recovery group. He should be no one's hero. Fuck him. Okay. Transition. More furniture for less, or maybe less furniture for the same amount. We'll see. Once again, I do not know what's on the other side. It's probably not funny. I'm going to get all preachy. I'm going to be like, hey, these fucking Republicans are fucking up. But they are, though. They're fucking up. Oh, looky here. Lucky you. You are the first person who has ever found this. It's the Easter egg in the show. And now that you are the first and only person, I am, for the first time ever, going to edit this out after it gets seen for the first time. And I'm going to set up a trigger on my YouTube channel that after this video gets 1 view, it'll be taken down, and then I will put up a new one that doesn't have this Easter egg in it, so you will be the only person to ever see it. You are unique. No one is like you. 7.5 billion of us, and you're the only one like you. It's the Easter egg. You made it. You did it. Room full of white people clapping. Yep. Caps being tipped. All them shits. Yep, you got it. You got it. You did it. You did it to the maximum. Anyway, we'll edit this back out later, and you'll be the only one to see it. Transition. Words here later. This is probably the end. I don't know. Probably. Oh, show's over. Okay. I was both surprised and relieved, because for fuckity's sake, it is 2:12 and a goddamn... No, that's 2:12 of the hours. It's not quite 2 o'clock in the a.m. Oh, I'm still, not completely ridiculous. Thank you very much. As if, that's not quite being 2 would make that much of a fucking difference. Anyway, hey, show's over. No closure. Hey, guess what? I decided to leave a part of it out this week. See if you can guess what it is. Because there's a part that I cut because I was like, I don't know if I like this anymore. Anyway, maybe it'll come back in at some point. But for now, I'm like, no, let's go old school. This program was made... Oh, yeah, I did some things differently. I'm changing it up a little bit. You'll see. It's a fucking, changing it up for you. It's for you. I feel like you've seen the same shit every fucking 30, however many. This is 39? I don't even remember anymore. For fuck's sake, I'm making it right now and I can't even remember the number. 39, I think. Anyway, but I changed some things, Let's fucking keep it fresh for you, keeping it fresh is how it should be. Okay, no closure. This program was made possible by the Igneous and Gertrudina Buttcomer Foundation. Promotional considerations provided by Ralph Morgan's Extra Strangly Snakes, the Lonely Ass Librarians Guild, Grandpappy True Reel's Foul-Smelling Balms and Gruels, and the one and only True God. This program was directed and performed by Rem Pemberton. Nobody cares if these words change or not. Written by Braxton White Guy. Joke here. Theme song by the Out of Tuners. A presentation of Non-Sober Badger Productions. A subsidiary of the large, boring-sounding corporation with surprisingly questionable business practices. Lawful Asset Holdings Incorporated. A branch of the intentionally vague corporation whose purpose may never be known. The Blaine Group. And communism. Not dead yet, suckers. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the last slide. There is none beyond it. I see you hoping in vain that there could be more. Even up to 3 hours. 3.5 hours of content. Fuck you and your needs for more content. Haven't I given you enough? This 39th, probably, or however many I've done, episode of this fucking show that just rattles on and on and on. Is this not fucking enough for you? Well, fuck you then. Fuck you right in the dick hole. Anyway, if you don't have a dick hole, whatever holes you got, is fuck you right in that. That'll be good enough. You got a mouth hole, give it to you in there. You got a butthole, put it in there. You got one of them fancy vaginals, put it in there, see how that feels. Probably pretty good. I've heard good reviews. Good things about your vaginals. Putting things in there. Heard it's nice times doing that. I'm going to look into maybe trying that one of these times. Because, boy, some people just, they're like, you can't believe how much fun it is doing that. And, maybe look into it. So, yep. When I pop my dick out of your ear canal, maybe you and me, huh? Yeah, sounds like a good time. Anyway, hey, ladies, gentlemen, I'm going to pop my dick out your ear hole here in just a second. But just remember, you've been ear-fucked by your friend, Rem Pemberton of the Clemson Pembertons, for over 2 hours and 17 minutes. Just got fucked in the eardrum. Just fucked and hammered and fucked. Bent over, fucked good. Turned over the other way, fucked hard on that side too. Fucked so the camera could catch a good angle on it. Like, ooh, the people at home need to see how the fucking's going. Yeah, that's right. Give it a little of the camera, Let the people see. Anyway, hey, yeah, that's right. We did the thing. Got you nice and ear fucked. And now just, blew that earload in your ear. Just, that's what the show is. Giant auditory orgasm. Just 2 hours and probably going to be 20 minutes worth of like, I'm about to, like that. That's what it is. Yep. I better pull out because I'm gonna. Oh God. Oh. Sorry. Oh God. Yeah. It feels so good. Good. Good God Almighty. Jesus Christuses, and his big gay cross. Oh man, that's too much. Too much, buddy. You could dial that shit back. You fucking messing with people a bit much. This week has been brought to you by Way Too Much, bringing it on too strong and too thick, like that goddamn cum dripping on Matt Gaetz's forehead for too fucking long. Anyway, that's it for this one. We will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.